Hey, we're back. We're going to be looking at Micron. And so before I get started, if you have any thoughts or opinions on this one, and especially after I'm kind of done doing my analysis, if you think I'm wrong in something or if you agree with something, by all means let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to read those. But let's look at Micron. So it looks like I'm going to pull up our spreadsheet. So we have Micron down here at the bottom. Last time we looked at them, uh, not too long ago, about 2.5 weeks ago. They were currently trading at 57, and I was saying to buy at 49, sell it at 64, and they're at about 56. So not much has changed in that time. Again, it's only been like 2 weeks, so that might have been right around somewhere in here. So it looks like they were trending down a little bit, but then the news of the semiconductors kind of popped things back up for this one. I'm not sure if this one was impacted as much. I mean, clearly it wasn't impacted as much, and that kind of makes sense because Micron's more in the memory sector of the chips, not necessarily the chips themselves, but the memory aspect. And so we are interested in them just because they do have some uh, correlation with the segment, and I think it's just nice to have a memory aspect within this, considering all the components within the semiconductor industry. But this one's one that's uh, clearly it's not the highest on my list. I think out of all the stocks that I'm following in this sector, this is probably the the lowest on that list of about 7 stocks in the industry that I follow. Uh, but it's still worth a follow in my opinion. So if we're looking at this one, not much has changed. I'm not going to be changing any of my lines that I drew in here. Um, it looks like right now it's what I would say is the fair value. I drew this fair value line, this blue line in, and right now we compressed the chart into just a 2 year period. Before we were looking at 3 years, now we're looking at 2 years, and I think as time goes by, we'll kind of condense the charts and kind of just get a better feel of this one. But right now it looks like it's consistently trading between about 50 and 65. And so right now, most recently it hit 65 in the end of January, started trending down. It hit 56, and it does seem to kind of stutter around 56 a little bit. But based on the past couple cycles, it does seem to hit about $50. So I think we're safe to kind of wait on that one, even though it did kind of resist. Maybe this is the new kind of buy point for this one, about 56. But um, right now, to me it's too early to tell, and because I think I can scatter my money a little better in other stocks, I'm willing to wait on this one. However, if it does come down to 50, that to me is a decent time to buy this one, and I probably will buy a couple shares if it can pull back close to 50. Right now, it's just in that fair value range. I think, if I would have caught this one, even if I would have caught this one close to like 53 or 54, which seems to be the bottom in the past 2 weeks, even then, I don't think I would have bought. So I'm going to hold firm on this one. I'll wait till it gets close to 49. And so no real update on this one. Um, Outside of the semiconductor news that, again, clearly it didn't have much of an impact on this one because they're in memory. Uh, yeah, so not much of an update here, but I'll share the tracker that we have. So down at the bottom, Micron's currently at 56. Let me just check. Yep. So it's at 56. I'm saying I'd wait to buy until it got close to 49. And then we'd had that sell point at 64. Nothing changed there. And I realize that's not much of a gap between our buy point and sell point. But again, because the stock is a smaller value stock in terms of per share, for me, I'm willing to wait for it, uh, which is different compared to an ASML, which we see here in orange. Uh, Again, here's roughly a $9 difference when down here's about 7. So, clearly it's different for that one in my opinion, just because uh, $7 for Micron. I mean, we're talking like 12% growth for that $7, but that same $7 for ASML, that's like 1%. I mean, they can make 1% in a day. So that's kind of the idea of why I'd be willing to kind of extend a little more for a company like ASML as opposed to Micron. Uh, Again, that's just me though. So that kind of wraps this up. I will share this also. They have a very low PE ratio. This is uh, right in line with kind of how I view this stock. Less than 10, that might be a little bit low. But again, for this one, I would have imagined maybe like a 12 or 13 PE ratio. Uh, so this is nothing crazy. I think it's at a decent time to buy. But again, because of kind of the trends that it's having, I'm willing to wait for this one to fall back a little bit more. We'll see if that actually happens. Um, but yeah, so that's how I see it. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one, and be happy to read those. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.